on, y'all? Welcome to Ancients Wow and welcome to the chaos. We're going to be talking about all types of things that's raw, unfiltered, authentic, and true to who we are as a person. You're going to hear everything from mental health to illness to greatness to success and to just motivating yourself. So let's go and let's come down for this ride. And as always, hi, my name is Emperor.
And I'm Tevin. Big love to our returning listeners and a wild welcome to the newbies as always. Stay a while and let's get into it.
You said, let's stay a while.
Let's stay a while.
That's my song. You listen to it yet?
Who's that?
Janet Jackson?
I don't know. I was just going along with it.
Guys, we gotta, you know what? You have to hear the song.
I'll hear it.
Okay. What are we talking about today?
Well, today we're talking about confidence versus cockiness. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about what's making us anxious or what we're tired of this week.
So what are you tired of or what's making you anxious?
What am I tired of? I'm just tired. But I'm just tired of still the fakeness.
Would you like to elaborate?
I just get tired of like people saying they're going to do things and they don't do it. People not living up to their promises. And then you're either waiting around or you're already expecting them not to. And then I'm just like, well, I should have known better. I already expected it. So I'm not hurt, but it's just annoying.
I get it.
So what about you?
I'm not anxious because I've been working on my anxiety, which I love. But what's annoying me is people who are just really rude. And I've seen it a lot. And you know me, I'm going to tell you about yourself diplomatically. So when Emperor holds the door for you, you can just say thank you. I don't care if you're 14, 39, 50, or 99.2. I need you to say thank you. I don't have to hold the door for you. And I'm going to say you welcome out loud. Unlike someone who's on our show, I am not a doorman. So I'm going to tell you about yourself.
I witnessed
Please.
that.
Yeah, I know you have. Also, something else. When you cough or sneeze, you need to cover your mouth. I don't care if we're on the train, on the bus, or walking outside. I will tell you about yourself. So please cover your mouth when you sneeze or when you cough, especially inside the sauna, you dirty person.
Dirty gal.
Dirty gal, dirty boy. Stop being nasty.
So let's get into the topic. Like I said, we're going to talk about confidence versus cockiness. So I'll start off with a definition.
From who? Who's it from?
I don't know who it's from. I got it from Google.
You know,
Google mix it up.
I keep telling y'all, I'm not dealing with them anymore.
So cockiness is an excessive or arrogant display of self-confidence, often perceived as offensive or annoying. Confidence is a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities.
You know, I like the definitions because they're really streamlined, but the only thing I'm going to jump in there playing devil's advocate, there are people who are not secure with themselves who would think someone's confidence is cockiness because they're insecure. There are people who walk around with a light and they feel good about, oh, that person's cocky because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And in actuality, it's not that person being cocky.
To shorten it for everyone, the difference between confidence and cockiness is that confidence means you're secure and cockiness is you're overcompensating.
I do not believe in elevating yourself to put someone else down. Listen, there's nothing wrong being proud of your accomplishments. There's nothing wrong with you being great at what you do. Yes, you might be better than most at something. It is true. Everyone has a superpower. But at the same time, use your power for good. Yeah. Maybe help elevate someone. But most times, cocky people like to hold on to things for themselves. They don't want no one to even be near their level if that's what they think. So they don't end up helping people. You might end up singing better than me. Okay, I'm teaching you how to sing because I'm secure with who I am as a person. So I don't mind teaching someone because I can never teach you to be me. So me being happy with who I am and confident and secure, I don't mind sharing that. But someone who's cocky, I don't think they have that type of capacity to move that way.
They're like, oh, I'm confident in this, I'm confident in that. Well, you may be confident in this area. So like you may be like the best random archer in the world.
That's interesting.
And you are saying, oh, I'm the best person. I get that, blah, 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 blah. But then there's another large area that you're very insecure about, whether it's like your height or your socioeconomic status or other things that I won't say because it's not the after show, but it could be other things. And you're so confident in that one area and you're lacking in these other areas that you're really trying to give off this strong energy and this confident energy, but it's really cockiness.
So you think cocky people overcompensated for something?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know. I just know there's people in different professions that are cocky in what they do, and rightfully so, because at the time they're untouchable. I can respect it. You're great at your sport. You're great at your profession. You're great at whatever. There is some sense of cockiness because you feel like you're that girl, that guy, and no one can touch you. It's a really weird line for me with those two things. When someone is really cocky, they're putting someone else down in the same respect. You're like, you can never be me.
Yeah, they're arrogant about it.
Yeah, and I feel like they kind of are like cousins. I can't stand an arrogant person.
But you can stand a cocky person?
I don't think I can stand a cocky person because there's some arrogance that come with it. It's one thing, like, okay, there are people who know they're better than people at. Like, it is what it is. Like, you sitting there humbling yourself is disrespectful. I would never. You're that guy or you're that girl, like I said before. It's when you start showboating and saying, like, you would never, and you are deliberately putting someone down to make them feel insecure. But then it's different because when you play in sports, you're supposed to. You do it on purpose to get a purpose at. Yeah, but it comes with the job. It's when the job is not there. And here you go walking down the street and expecting to part the seas like Moses. And that's not the case. You said what?
I said, or when you don't have a job.
You see, because I'm talking about people who got it. The people who don't have it, who are cocky, it makes no sense to me.
Everyone could be cocky.
Because there's guys who are like, yeah, I can get any girl I want. No, you can't. Look how you look. No, you cannot. You stink.
Yeah.
No, you cannot. Oh, they's hating on me.
Bye.
Or the guys who are cocky when they hit on women and the women reject them. Then they start going, they get mad and start insulting the female. It's disgusting.
Cocky people get so defensive.
They get defensive. If you're confident like this, and she might say no, and all right, cool.
Confident people tend to move in silence.
And most likely, confident people, the women go up to them anyway. So I'm just saying, from what I've seen. If you feel offended by it, oh well, because I'm talking about you.
So do you think social media plays a role in cocky?
Every time you say we think social media, the answer is yes.
Yeah, social media.
Of course. There should be a podcast about social media because literally it's like next to money is the root of all evil to me. It's crazy. If you use them the right way, can be great. But for some reason, people use it to hide behind a paywall to do things.
And people always just want to, like they call flex culture, to make it seem like they're like this big person online so that everyone, like the ones that get me are the ones who see a random, for example, a G-Wagon on the street and they'll go and take a picture in front of it. I'm like, take a video of you unlocking it and going in it and driving off.
Or those who go into like a high-end department store and you're in the fitting room with the clothes. You're hiding the tag.
Yeah.
Because I saw you do it.
Yeah.
You're hiding the tag. Oh, look at me, my Gucci shoes. Go walk outside with them. You can't because you don't own it.
Or they were like, oh, shopping for the day.
Shopping.
Oh, let me see the bag.
Yeah.
And then you going home and taking the shoes out the bag or whatever you got out the bag.
They lying. You have a Prada bag and you went to TJ Maxx. Listen, you went to TJ Maxx, go ahead, flex, style is style. But why you got everybody you have a Prada bag for that you found on the street? Or that you probably worked there as a maintenance associate, so you found a bag and took it in your book bag and took it home to front.
Yeah, they probably got it from right in front of where we're at. We're on Canal Street, so
you know what? You're right.
They could have got it from out there.
But my thing is why? And then you sit there and talk mess like, oh, y'all wish. I wish I was fake like you. No, thank you.
Because they feel like there's nothing going on in their life, so they're overcompensating.
And then those who sit there and let their likes encourage and increase their cockiness online. Oh, I got 80,000 likes. That's amazing. You don't have $80 in your pocket. So for you to sit there and you want to again, the validation of others, really have people thinking some next level stuff. Like literally, or they sit there and see someone who has it financially or has the stature and they see how this person is moving. And they start to emulate them. Now, yes, the person is probably moving. They're pretty arrogant. And I'm not saying rightfully so, but it's annoying. You didn't put in the work to be cocky. Like you didn't. Yeah. Like, again, your fake self-confidence that you have is absolutely annoying.
Yeah, just because you say you're that girl, but do you really have the energy or the skills to back it up?
Let me tell you something. I never say I'm that guy anywhere. I don't say it. I walk into the gym, and what do guys do? I told you this before. They see me working out, and they will stand in front of the mirror to block me from working out. I'll move to the right. They'll move to the right. I'll move to the left. They move to the left. Now I think we're doing the tango. I'm like, oh, so my presence intimidates you. And I go and say, oh, I really must be that guy for you to be effective because I'm in the gym just minding my business in my tank top doing some chest workouts because I'm trying to have a big chest for the summer. I ain't worried about you.
Busty,
right. Mm-hmm. Check me out, y'all. My other name, Bust E. But that's what it is. I don't come into about banging my chest in the gym like I'm some gorilla. Like, I don't do that. That look racist?
It was, but you saw the look I gave you.
I can say it. No, but I'm not going in there talking about he man, me emperor. Like, no, it's never that serious. Although I could. But what does that mean for me? I'm not there for nobody. I'm there for myself.
There's a difference between projecting and owning your skills.
Right.
Like so many people are projecting. They're like, oh, I did this. I can do this. I can do that. Blah, 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 blah. But like, you're not owning what you are actually capable of doing.
And if you can do it, then show me.
Yeah, show me.
Show me.
Like unlock that G-Wagon and get in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Show me that you're not going home sharing a mattress that's regular with your sister.
Regular mattress this time.
With your sister and your brother in an apartment.
There's nothing wrong with faking it until you make it, but there's a point to where it becomes cringeworthy.
You can fake anything. Go right ahead. But when you're on there faking it and talking mess about, I got a perfect example. Okay. So pretty much someone did some Bitcoin situation and at first it was working out, but then he was fronting like he had all this money and he comes from nothing. He was like the bum of the group. And now he had doing Bitcoin. He was taking his girlfriend out on $2,000 restaurant situations. And they're like, how you getting this money? Talking about he got 3 cars, all this stuff. And then his friends started calling him out on it. Long story short, he hasn't had a job in 3 years and he has nowhere to live. So he's pretty much homeless.
I don't think you told me this story. So.
No, this happened recently. So I didn't get a chance to tell you. You was in Vegas living your best life.
Oh, so yeah, you're going to have to tell me about this on the after show. Yeah.
You got to stay tuned. It was juicy, I'm telling you. It was juicy.
But that's where I think like faking it until you make it, there's a fine line between manifesting something and just being delusional. Because people are like, oh, I'm manifesting this. I'm manifesting this. I'm like, that's fine. But if you're not putting in the work, it's delusional.
It's not manifestation.
Yeah. And people, I think they confuse manifestation with delusion. It's like, oh, putting out a $50 million penthouse on their story. Be like, oh, I'm manifesting this for myself. I'm like, okay. And that's all fine, but you're still working at the 99-cent store and you're not working to do anything to get out of that. Like you're not working for your, real estate license or going to school or working on your craft or things like that. You're just there with an attitude, rolling your eyes at all the customers who are coming in, getting a 99-cent candy bar.
Gaining weight. You know what I have an issue with this fake manifestation situation is because why are you going from 0 to $1 billion? Why you can't manifest? Listen, no, seriously.
Manifest
like I feel like
steps to get there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How about manifest you leaving a 99-cent job and going to a place that's a little more elevated than that, like a Dollar Tree? I don't know. It's the same thing, right?
No.
Okay. I don't know. I was shocked there. Or right now, instead of getting a $50 million penthouse, why don't you think about getting your own apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Or one better, a step before that, going to a place and having roommates. Your mom's not your roommate. Your little brother who's in school is not your roommate. The rats and roaches are not your roommates. Go somewhere and get roommates and then manifest the next step and then the next step. You don't forget about the ultimate goal, of course, but keep taking the steps. And my biggest thing is, why do you want a $50 million penthouse anyway? We only know what it is to live on your own or what it takes to actually keep it and maintain it. There are people who are worth $500 million who don't have that because they know it's ridiculous and it's not a great investment.
That made me think about another person we could talk about in the after show, the one who lived in the crack house.
Oh, right. He lives in the crack house, lying.
Yeah.
He's actually doing all right for himself now.
Good for him. But we're talking about it in the after show.
I think people are attracted to confidence. Like it's just, you have this energy and this light around you that no one can tell you nothing. And I don't mean so like, oh, you think you're better than. You're literally walking down the street, being your authentic self, and no one can break that. And when people see that, they go, oh my gosh, they'll be more susceptible to come up to you, to have the conversation, to say hi. If you speak to anyone who you feel is confident, you'd be like, yeah, people come and start speaking to me. I don't know why. I'm like, because you have this aura about yourself. Like you're just being you. Yeah. You love who you are. You're probably working towards elevating, reinventing, which we talked about the episode prior. You're probably just working towards being the best version of yourself. And you're doing it with confidence, even though we all have our insecurities on our days where we don't feel as confident. I mean, you're going to break your overall confidence. People love that. When you're cocky, it's kind of cringeworthy because you're like, all right, I get it. But like, even if you're talented, it's like, like, but why? Like, why? Why you have to sit there and make everyone else feel bad about themselves? Even if you do have it, even if you are great at something, you don't have to sit there like Whitney Houston, right? We know she's one of the best voices to ever grace the earth. You don't ever hear saying that she got to sing everybody, although she could.
No, some of the most successful people tend to be the most humble.
But there are some, who be like, oh, no one can rap better than me. And I'm like, well, that's not true, but okay. I ain't gonna say who, because I might work with them in the future, so I'm gonna go mind my business.
I think hip hop tends to be the exception to that because being cocky is a part of
It's a persona.
Yeah, it's part of it.
It's a persona, though. I mean, it's different. But my thing is, you talk to these guys or girls, they'll sit there and say, it's my persona, it's my job.
Mm-hmm.
But when that's over and I'm speaking to fans or whatever, like they're not like that.
Mm-hmm.
These people look at that as that's how you're supposed to be. So they start emulating that in their real life. I've seen people at clubs like rapping lyrics, licking their $15.99 wig and weave, thinking that everything, yeah, it's cheap. It's giving yarn hair. It's giving, Barbie from 1997 before she got real good bundles hair. It looks crazy. It's about, the boys want me at. Nobody wants you. I can see you trapped in between those pink. Come on now, stop. Your clothes look tattered. Your feet is coming out of the shoe. Stop. That's ridiculous because you're trying to emulate one of those rappers who actually have it together. But when she's not rapping, she's chilling. Like, she out here in a bunch. She don't care. Probably with her man, whatever. Like, I think some people, it's crazy to me. Or when you in the club, or when we, look what happened last summer. It's the people who don't have it, buying house drinks, sharing a drink with their friend, going before 12 o'clock to try to get into the club for free, are the ones walking around like they everything plus a bag of chips. Stop. You can't even afford a bag of chips. Stop. Brush your teeth before you come in there. You stink. Stop.
They can't afford the Utz chips.
They can't afford to afford. Stop.
That's a line. You should write that down.
I'm doing it right now. Yeah, I'm going to start talking about it for a few seconds. Hold on. You can't even afford to afford. Yes.
I just think going back to social media, it really has exacerbated the amount of cockiness that's in this world. Everyone wants to give off this main character energy and they're anything but.
Now it's different when we say be the main character in your own world. I'm talking about the world collectively. This isn't your world. You giving off main character and you didn't even get booked for the role.
Yeah.
They went to the casting couch, you try to be nasty and still didn't get the role. And you front like you are, baby, you're not. It's okay. You're giving dumpster diver.
Oh, I thought they were giving craft services.
Craft services.
Yeah, like the food that they're serving.
Ew, that's nasty. No, because that actually means you have a job.
Well, humble confidence gets you further than an ego-driven flex.
But where these egos coming from? They must be coming from a super high insecurity. Because I look at them, I'm like, baby, I feel like I'm compelled to say something, but I'm too worried about myself to even care. Because I'm buying my Casamigos margarita, so I'm really not paying no attention. But I just keep seeing it. They'll come by, they'll bump into people, swing the cheap 99 hair, rub up against you with their 10-cent cologne. They still using Axe. I'm like, bro, why you still have Axe? You're a grown man. Why you have Axe?
I didn't know they still had that.
People still use it.
That's unfortunate.
That's not confidence.
No.
That's you trying to be cocky. You have no right to, and your insecurities are literally hanging on your cheap sleeves.
And everyone's just really overcompensating these days.
For everything.
We all have our insecurities, but we don't have to force things to make it seem like we're this big person. Just lay low and work on those insecurities or work on being comfortable with those insecurities and working through them so that you can become more confident.
A lot of cocky people live in glass houses. I can see right through you. Literally. I can see it. When you're confident, you can see it. Mm-hmm. It's like the Matrix. Someone came over your eyes okay, we know you're fronting. We'll be in our little crew and we'll laugh at the person. The average person might not see it, but I'm like, baby, you're doing the most. Even if someone does have on clothes, a lot of times we see people with the fake labels when they wearing Gucci and it's spelled incorrectly, or they have on a Louis Vuitton book bag that's coming out the threads because it's not real, or when they're wearing a hat. It just looks really sad. They have their head in the air. And I'm like, wearing fake labels isn't a flex.
People are forcing like they belong instead of acting like they belong. I think acting like you belong goes a lot further than forcing something. When you're forcing something, it's people can tell that you're forcing it. It's because you're very much in everyone's face. And It's oh, look at me, look at me, look at me. Versus when you're acting like you belong, you just flow in the spaces that you're in. And you just seem like that you fit in. And people tend to come and be like, oh, hey, I'm so-and-so. How are you doing? I haven't seen you here before, but it's nice to meet you. Whereas you're forcing it. People are oh, I can tell this is their first time here.
It's like having a puzzle piece that doesn't fit in a spot and you're trying to bang it in. You shouldn't force your existence or presence on anybody. You shouldn't have to. No, I get it. There's sometimes you try to get into that door. You want to be seen. There's a way in an art to kind of quietly do things. Again, you might want the access. You might want to live a certain lifestyle. You might not be there yet. I get it. Because Emperor's trying to elevate himself every single day. But to sit, I'm not coming to him about, oh, hello, darling, with my gown flowing through it, with my hair blown out. My thing is, this is me. Take me as me, unless that's who I am and that's something different. But I'm not walking around like I'm better than anybody in that room, because I'm not better than anybody. I really ain't. My goal is to be a better version of myself every single day. So if you to go in there doing stuff like that is crazy. Also, this is what really gets me crazy. The ones who are overly cocky and they shouldn't be. When we go out to certain places like the pool parties and stuff like that, and you rate people on a scale of 1 to 10 look wise. Most people fall, let me not say the number, but
I will. Most people fall on a 3.
There's some 3s who look at 9s and go, and they feel like it's like a validation to them. Like, oh yeah, I put him in his place, or I put her in their place. I'm like, you really feel that bad? Because you literally see the person on social media liking all their pictures up and down, commenting, the person pays you no mind. Then you see them at an event that you probably snuck into because you can't afford to get into it. And then you see them and then you roll your eyes at them and you feel like you have some type of validation. Like, oh yeah, he looked at me for a second. He wanted me, but I paid him no mind. No, he was scanning the room. Your eyes locked for a half a second. And you took the opportunity to sit there and try to make him feel less than. And he probably don't even know you even looked at each other.
Yeah.
It's really, I see it a lot.
I do that a lot when I'm turning my head and then I look in a certain direction, then I end up accidentally locking eyes with someone that I have to hurry up and turn my head. And then I'm just like, I hope they're not still looking. Because
we're not staring at you.
No. And I'm an awkward person too, so I look very awkward. Just leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
And if you're someone who you're trying to determine if you're cocky or if you're just a confident person, you have to really ask yourself, when you do things, are you seeking validation or do you just know that you're that person? Can you take criticism or do you get defensive AF? Do you uplift others or are you always competing?
The only competition you should have is with yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, because at the end of the day, why do you care? I honestly want to ask people, why do you care? Why do you care? Unless your goal is I get it. The world popularity contest. I don't care. Nobody tell me. The biggest flex in the world is being popular because everyone's where they at because they're popular. Music, sport, it just is what it is. It's a popularity contest. So I get why people are sitting there trying to do certain things. Mm-hmm. That still doesn't make an excuse of you being nasty towards people and you acting like you're something and you're above anyone. You're not above anything. You're barely above water.
At the end of the day, if it's not affecting your livelihood, like you said, why do you care?
Well, everyone wants to be popular, like the song.
I mean, what do you get out of it?
Validation.
And what do you get out of that?
You asking the wrong person. I don't know.
Like I said, unless it's affecting, if you're becoming popular, you want to become a brand ambassador or things like that. That's where it matters. But at the end of the day, some people just want to be popular just so they can be like, oh, I have this many followers. What are you doing with the amount of followers? Because you see so many of them, they've had the same amount of followers for years and they haven't managed to create a brand out of that.
Because first of all, their followers are dormant. Their page is trash. And it's the same thing. You're not doing anything where I will sit there and invest my money in. Yeah. And, it's really, really sad that these people move this way. It really is. I ask people, why do they care? But my thing is, why do you really care? Why are you doing all of this? Why do you care that you got 85,000 likes on a picture that you're half naked on, you're showing your bulge? What is that doing for you?
And you're not getting money from it.
You ain't getting listen to something. I ain't getting no money from it. I ain't doing it. We ain't getting nothing from it. But then you walk around these spaces because you have a certain amount of followings and you think you're better than. But
let me see your bank account.
What bank account?
Let me see your Cash App account.
That says 0?
Yeah.
You know you a bum? Those ones who sit there and it's my birthday. Here's my Cash App code.
So good.
That is the most If you do that, you better delete me. We'll never be friends. That's disgusting. Absolutely not. That is nasty. How you gonna sit there and do that? You got all this money. You want to put a Cash App because you broke. Who does that? Why am I sending you money for? You want to support me?
To do that.
Support you for what? Well, I'm supporting you doing what? Taking filtered pictures?
Support and paying my rent.
Right, because you can't afford it. But wait, you got all this money on endorsements. Why need to send you money for? The fabrication of our lives. Mm-hmm. That should have been the title of the episode.
Fabrication of our lives.
I can't jump in. My voice ain't there today. Okay. All that. Yeah, I hear it. All that. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So let's end with this one line. Building true confidence is about what you do and not what you say.
I ice cream.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's really just don't force anything. Like, if you truly are a confident person, be that. But don't sit here and do it to a point to where you're alienating yourself and people are just tolerating you instead of admiring you.
I think the reason why people struggle with cockiness because they don't know what it is to be confident and they lack it. So they go to an extreme, such as let me boast and overcompensate because they don't know what it is to be confident because they never experienced confidence. A lot of them probably have experienced heartache and rejection their entire life. They always felt less than due to how they grew up or where they've been. So they create this character in order to feel good about themselves because since they was hurt so much as a child or adolescent, now, as we always say, hurt people hurt people. So they're projecting onto everyone else what they've been through. So my last line is, get it together. It's not that serious. Love yourself first and everything else will follow.
So now I have a real last line after all of that. Confidence isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about walking in, knowing you belong, and not needing to prove it to anybody but yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's always like me, being blocked in front of a mirror. I was going there to go work out. Get out the way.
Move.
I was going to say the same thing, but
Move. Right,
no, I was going to say move. Get out the way. We
do that for the after show. So if you want a more and raw, unfiltered, if you want...
Why you say it like that? More and raw.
If you want a more raw, unfiltered version of this conversation, tune into our after show, exclusively available for AW Plus members.
See, y'all. More and raw. What's wrong with you?
Raw. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
That was a quick episode.
Yeah. Thanks for hopping into today's combo. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so hit that subscribe button and stay locked in. Keep the vibe going by following @AnxiousWild on social media or hitting us up at anxiouswild.com for all the extras. Sign up for The Selfish Edit, your go-to for affirmations, playlists, and powerful self-help tools to keep you grounded. Got a dilemma or a wild question? Slide into our DMs or email hi@anxiouswild.com.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Did this episode fly by too quickly for you? Join us on our after show, exclusively available for AW Plus members.